Hello everyone, I am Dandalia, the Dandelion Vtuber, and today we are starting the first episode, the first stream of a game that I have played a good amount of, and I really liked it when I played it. The Raven Remastered. Formerly, the original version is The Raven Legacy of a Master Thief. And I hope that you guys will love this game just as much as I did. So let's get started, shall we? My old computer couldn't stream the remastered version, which is why it's taken me so long to get around to doing this. But let's begin. If you're not making any progress, take a break and relax. No shit. Illuminati confirmed. Ooh, I'm so excited!
The Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold?
Very Cockney accent.
Harold? Harold? You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Calm down. I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
Why would you do it that way?
What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate. We'll be heroes.
I mean,
All
I
right,
feel
now,
like
we just have to...
what?
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
so cool. So cool. Oh, this is so good already. This is so amazing. Sucks you right in. things. You see that? Just going back and forth like a... more pendulous than a person. I wonder if this game was originally made in English.
Hands up!
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
You're funny, but you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
Why do you need the gun?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although, I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels. You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what the papers say?
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police, but it'd be better if you'd remain
very
seated
handsome.
and keep an eye on things.
But monsieur, surely I can be of assistance, somehow. I saw a safe being loaded.
We have everything under control. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that?
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable...
Zellner.
Constable Zell. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They wouldn't have assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something
I'm
very
mesmerized.
important on this train. And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
You don't want to arouse attention.
Évident. But why not?
Évident. I don't know. It could be either.
There are enough police on this train as it is. If there were more, they'd only get in each other's way.
I can assure you that I'd pack every seat in every carriage of this train with police.
Wrong answer
If
then.
it were a matter of deterrence.
You're saying you don't want to scare off potential thieves? Ah, you're laying a trap.
That would explain why it's just me and not the army, n'est-ce pas? All the same, I can't comment on your speculation. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help. And I will help. You're in my country, and I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zelna. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Ooh, he's got pleated khakis. Whoa. Well, that was...
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put 2 and 2 together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd
Zelda's...
really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. What's your name again?
Matthew Miller, Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
All right,
Dillsburg.
Matthew Miller from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
Dillsburg.
I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
You are...
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Examine an item, just click on it.
This morning, I thought I wouldn't be hungry because of all the excitement. Thankfully, I brought a sandwich with me anyway.
I don't understand it. Like... Anything else? Ah, yes, the crustiest paper. Move the cursor to the bottom of the screen. Well, that's not good. I don't see that. Do I have my... Oh, okay. Highlight spots. What is this? Menu. Yeah, it's not giving me the menu, like a menu for the bottom. So that's a problem. Oh dear. Move cursor to the bottom of the screen. That's where the inventory is. In it, you can see all the items that Constable Zelda is carrying. Left click on the sandwich paper. Yeah, what menu? What menu? Yeah, it's... I seem to have got a glitch. So we may have to, like, start over this. This whole rigmarole. Because this might be something that I have to have in full screen rather than windowed mode, otherwise there would be a glitch. Because it's not showing me this properly. So I'm gonna have to start this over. Or possibly skip the tutorial next time. So let's try this again, shall we? We're gonna try windowed mode off. There we go. Let's try this again.
And
I don't have time to play.
At least I can
I'm on
skip it.
duty.
I like full screen mode. I just generally...
You're funny, but you don't look like a...
What's your name?
My name is
And where are you?
from Dills, but we're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive. You've already seen half the world. I've spent my entire life in Switzerland.
Must be really boring.
And what's with the gun? What do you need it for?
It's the Raven.
Dead birds don't need.
You don't know he's the great and Bob.
I know. You do know. 2 days ago,
Just kinda skip
there
through.
wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
You talk too much.
Zelda.
Or did he pull up?
No.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand.
We appreciate that.
Like to help?
But Monsieur, surely
We have every. If you'll excuse me.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful
Oh, okay, I thought he was
scenery.
walking off and I like...
I am a good observer.
wanna fuck this up.
And I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that?
I watched the people
I
on
think
the
he's
platform
reading
in
an
Zurich.
Agatha
I know,
Christie
for
book.
example, that man over there.
That would be more impressive if there were.
And I...
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Good.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable.
Zelda.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important.
Let's see, then why isn't the train crawling with police?
You don't want to arouse attention.
Evident. But why not?
I think that, like, I'm gonna just go with the same thing that I said last time. Just because I feel like saying it's a trap. I feel like that's what I said the
There are
first
enough
time.
police on this train as it is.
The
If
first
there were
time that I ever
more,
played
they'd only
this,
get
I
in
think
each
I
other's
said it's a
way.
trap,
I can
and
assure
you
you that I
ridiculed
pack
me.
every seat in every
And said
carriage
that
of this train with police.
I was reading too
If
many
it were
like
a matter
mystery
of
books. I
deterrence.
think.
You're saying you don't want to scare off potential thieves? Ah, you're laying a trap.
That would explain why it's just me and not the army, n'est-ce pas? All the same, I can't comment on your speculation. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
That was very like
Whoa.
firm.
Pardonnez-moi.
I can help. And I will help. You're in my country. And I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do. Whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zellner. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Because look at this ass. It's like a very.
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put two and two together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector.
I'm going to...
You'd
Whoa! It was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. All right, Matthew. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
I mean, to a parent, you will always
Whether
be.
Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Okay.
This morning, I thought I would...
Hopefully, in full screen, it'll actually work. The tutorial. Yep. It's actually working now. Paper napkin, sandwich paper. like Zelda. Open inventory again. Save.
I wrapped the apple core in the sandwich paper. That way I can carry it without making a mess of my trouser pocket. Still, I'd prefer not to have to carry them all day. The napkin came with the croissant I bought at the train station.
Croissant.
A guilty pleasure. I don't need that either.
Why is a croissant a guilty pleasure? It seems perfectly fine to have a croissant. Maybe it's just like...
Every table has its own waste basket. Practical. No need to ever leave your seat. Every table...
To the ashtray. Oh, okay. Why the ashtray, though? Okay.
All right.
So nice to come back to this game. Streaming helps me have accountability and actually like finish video games. So I'm very excited to come back to this one. I've played the original, not the remastered version, but the original 2 or 3 or not 2. I played about halfway through.
The large map shows the different routes of the Orient Express. This train began in Paris and ends in Istanbul as usual. Unfortunately, it will make most of its journey without me. This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine.
And then Thomas the Tank Engine's face. But yeah, this has got fairly standard point-and-click adventure controls. Observe.
The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. One can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
What is that supposed to mean? Is he cranky?
We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world.
I wonder when this takes place. Based on like the everything, I'm gonna go somewhere in like 60s to 80s. So I just want to double check something. Yes, I do have. Just wanted to make sure. Also, I want to save the game in case something else gets messed up.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a violinist.
That's true.
A wonderful instrument. The violin music touches the soul.
That's
agree.
why I learned to play it.
Do you play in an orchestra?
No, orchestras aren't really part of my world.
A solo violinist. The best soloists travel a great deal and make a pile of
I love
money.
the violin.
Or so they say.
In that case, I'm probably not one of the best.
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
No. I'll transfer in Venice to a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
I'm performing at the reception in the Egyptian Museum there.
Well, that's cool.
I'm sure your recital will be a great success. But tell me, did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Anything unusual?
Persons acting suspiciously, for instance.
For heaven's sake, is there cause for concern?
Everything is in order, sir. We Swiss are just very cautious people.
I understand. No, I didn't notice anything.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
I have a notebook. Let's see if I fix this.
Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to take one if I have trouble. My daughter insisted that I take them with me. She was strongly against this little adventure, but I wasn't about to change my mind.
Oh dear.
I bought it last week at a flea market. I like it because it tells a story. I suppose the previous owner bought himself a newer one. This one still works just fine, though.
I like Zelda. I like him very much.
The Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been trying to convince my theater group to stage one of her plays.
I'm trying to remember whether that was like a pen name, for Agatha Christie. I don't know though. So I'm gonna head to the next car.
Very kind of you. Thanks. Oh, pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof.
It looks like he
Mr.
intentionally got in his way.
Professor Edgar Lucian.
Oh, a professor. Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You
Sounds
don't say.
Very.
May I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice. I'm going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, or so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
If you work in the British Museum, then you must have experienced the burglary firsthand.
No, I wouldn't say
Yeah, I
that.
didn't-
Oh, no?
There was a lot
I
of
felt like-
commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break-in in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
Whatever you say. The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Well, why should I?
Just a thought. You're a representative of the British Museum. There's a guarded safe on the train.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply.
Yeah, I don't know
now,
what
please excuse me.
I don't know what you're trying to. I feel like.
Just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Here.
I feel
On
like
the train?
on the suspicious stuff,
I
like
can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but
Or
you
get
do
any more tea
understand,
on
don't
me.
you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's just, I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable. What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow. The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All right,
weird.
just wait here.
most suspicious.
He doesn't make a very balanced impression. And he, of all people,
He's
isn't
shaking his head. You
bothered by a
listed a
robbery
shit-
in his own museum. The little label on the door reads Baroness von Trebitz. Blue blood on the Orient Express.
I believe that the phrase blue blood for nobility comes from the fact that paleness was so desirable by the elite that they wanted the veins, the carpals, whatever it's called, to be visible. And to the point where they would even use makeup to draw in little blue veins on their necks.
I don't believe it. I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer...
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage in the Mirror right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable.
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
A pleasure. May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Patu is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
She's based off Agatha Christie.
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine. Are you traveling to Istanbul, Lady Westmacott?
No, we are on our way to Venice. From there, we will take a ship to Cairo.
Oh.
As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology. I fund a few excavations in Egypt. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a young woman. And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see.
Miss Miller, I think, is Maddie's mom.
As a writer, you must be very observant. Am I right? I mean, you have to study the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago, Mr. Zellner. Since then, most people just bore me.
Really? I had the impression you were eyeing me suspiciously as I came in.
What do you want to know, Constable?
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of tea?
I did.
Yeah, he seemed very
nervous.
suspicious.
He was waiting at the bar for the steward, and since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took 2 biscuits.
He seems pretty young, but he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course. Did you notice the blonde man with the violin case?
I certainly did. He introduced himself and tried to make a good impression. People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
Aww.
I know him by name. David Kreutzer. He was a drain on my friend's purse.
Do you think he has a money problem?
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain that they have far too little.
Did you notice anyone else? What about the doctor?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who went in the direction of the freight car a few minutes ago. Isn't that the Frenchman who made his name when he caught the raven?
I wouldn't quite say caught.
Well, shot. Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's doing here?
I don't think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That was his name. Will he save the day again? Or will you, Constable?
As much as I'd like to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it? Your chance?
I do hope so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my best.
I love the detail of Miss Miller here. Like, her animation for her knitting was, like, within the constraints of doing CGI, like, it's not, but it's very, it actually looks like she's knitting. A lot of animation when it comes to knitting has, like, the knitting prongs, like, way too high, like their antennas, when they're actually more in a V shape or, like, a kind of parallel.
Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy admirer. Very diligent, but she does seem a little nervous and tense. I imagine she has her work cut out for her with Matt, and a difficult bus from what they say.
Mm-hmm. Why is Matt in a completely different train car? Like, I don't care if it's not America. It can't be that safe. That seems like a recipe to get yoinked.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
The little boy, Matt, He's your son?
Oh, yes. Has he done something?
No, no. I've already met him. Clever little fellow.
We always call him Professor because he's so precocious. If only someone could just drive the mischief out of him.
Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I was totally focused on my work.
She's always got an awful lot to do, my Mary.
You have to tell me if that's not all right with you.
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as you want.
So, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, Constable.
Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
An extraordinary woman. Talented, intellectual, extremely rich, and the most successful writer of all time. Yet, they say she can be difficult on occasion, and that she's rather unhappy.
It's a good thing they can't hear this, because it's just like, bitch, hey! Hey! No, let's see, anything up here? Scanning. I like these, I suppose they're just like screen covers, but I like them. I like lace. Lace is such a pretty thing. I can go this way.
Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child. Their only drawback, they don't play nice with false teeth. Maybe if I just suck it. Who'd have thought that one day butterscotch would remind me of my age and of all the things I had to leave behind?
Yeah. When I picked needle felting up again during the pandemic and like sometime after, a lot of the people who do needle felting in my area are a lot of older women who are like in their 70s or 80s, 60s, somewhere in that range, and they would get to talking and reminiscing about the days gone by. And it got me really depressed because they were always talking about the things they couldn't do anymore, or remembering all the people that died and them taking care of their parents in hospice. And it was just really, really, like, it made me feel like I'm already struggling and now I have that to look forward to. But I guess just it's a reminder to cherish what you have when you have it. It's behind the bar.
I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence.
I am the barkeep now. What is this?
The pad on which the steward writes orders. Empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today.
Wonder where he is.
A shortwave radio. It's amazing how small these things have become in the last 10 years.
I would guess, I'm gonna guess by the coffee pot and by the fact that there's a shortwave radio.
Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there.
I'm gonna say...
Locked. Where could he be?
Perhaps this is like the 70s or 80s? That's where I'm firmly guessing. Maybe 60s. Maybe 60s. I don't know. I can't eat the butterscotch.
I won't eat any just now. It would be rather embarrassing if I met Legrand and wasn't able to open my mouth because it's been stuck shut, or because I lost some teeth.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should turn the radio off. Just for now. Alright, anything else?
I don't need the pad, but the pencil might come in handy.
Okay. So have I gotten everything I can get out of here? Maybe I can open...
The drawer is locked, and the steward probably has the key. But where is he?
let's go over and talk to Dr. Gebhardt. See what he's doing. Hey, dude. How you doing?
Ah, Mr.
Zellner.
Right. How can I help you?
I'm not one to make judgments, but this dude looks evil. He looks like if Lex Luthor was raised by Nazis.
Any news about the robbery in London?
Quite something, wasn't it? It must have been
That
professional.
is a very
The way
fine...
they disabled one of the best
Look at the
security
pores on
systems
that
in the
ear.
world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor. We can look forward to new and spectacular coups.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
There's something else. Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves and didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin like them, the rabble will rule the world one day.
Well, at the moment, we still don't know what really happened.
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform? No. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No, just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legarde is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train
This
station
dude
in
is
Zurich,
insufferable.
he put a cash box into the safe, and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box? Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
I do indeed have a theory, but what's yours?
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
It does, indeed.
Indeed. Your newspaper caught my eye. May I borrow it for a second?
You can take the section with the article on the burglary. You're interested in that bit, aren't you?
You caught me out.
Here you go.
Dankeschön. Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
My opinion is deeply sided in the other direction. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at that. I'll read the newspaper.
Let's see if there's any news. Blah, 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 blah. Eye of the Sphinx. One of two priceless jewels. Extraordinary pure ruby. 2000 BC, etc., etc. Old news. And here, shocking burglary. Professional thieves surprised by museum guard Charles Langley and Constable Robert Oliver of Scotland Yard. Explosion? Not really anything new. One of the two eyes of the Sphinx, a ruby that's nearly 4,000 years old, was stolen from the British Museum. The burglar was surprised, but managed to escape with his loot without being recognized. That's the official story. But it says nothing about Legrand and the second eye.
Darn.
Luna's Drops. The calming herbal liqueur for women. A glass a day. It relaxes the nerves and maintains domestic tranquility. Luna's Drops. If you don't want to bother your husband.
That's fucked up. The sad thing is that absolutely existed. And now that I'm getting a good look at this, okay, so it says 1961. So that's when this takes place, 1960s.
A story about the upcoming Oscars and Cleopatra's chances of winning. An incredible feat. They built the largest movie set of all time in Rome. And because of the main actress's many illnesses, several changes of director, and months of delays, cost shot to over $40 million. The most expensive movie ever made. A record never to be broken. John Surtees won the Formula One World Championship for the first time on Saturday. He also won the World Championship in motorcycle racing from 1956 to 1960, making him the only man in motorsports to win world championships in both motorcycle and Formula One events. Not really my cup of tea. Too loud, too fast, too much exhaust.
I think I read this one. What? Okay. I lost my reading privileges.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked.
Well,
no, it's open. Hello? Wow.
Don't move a muscle, you feathered fiend.
Yeah.
Put the gun down, Robert. If I may introduce Constable Robert
Dickhead.
Oliver from the yard.
I
This
see
is
you
the
are
revered
circumcised.
Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo?
Someone has done his homework. Well done, Constable.
What do you know?
He tried to blow me up.
Robert, we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Or several men.
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur?
Never mind.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train, as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
Constable Robert Oliver. Is it possible that I read your name in the newspaper?
Ah, could be, sir. Could very well be.
Robert was there when the first eye of the Sphinx was stolen.
Why were you in the museum? Did you spot something from outside?
Well, sir, I noticed that a door was ajar, which was suspicious. And it was my duty to investigate, sir.
Scotland Yard gave him a commendation and assigned him to me as a liaison.
A great honor, sir.
Very suspicious.
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out?
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train and see that Professor Lucien gets back into his compartment. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur. I go attend to the door now.
Good. And, Constable Zellner?
Yes?
Don't bother us unless you have something new to report.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood.
Okay.
An investigation on behalf of the Grand. That takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
Cool.
The ladder leads up to the roof. It will be suicidal to climb up there while the train is at full speed. The wind, tunnels... No, I'll stay down here.
Okay. Yeah, that would be... What is that?
A box with a padlock. I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew, maybe for coupling and uncoupling the cars. At any rate, it's positioned so that it's easier to reach from the ground than from up here. Locked.
Bang, bang!
Uh-huh.
Don't move!
Matt, have you gone mad?
I'll shoot! Hey, my pistol!
You'll get it back in Venice. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I
Yeah,
thought
that
you
was
were
bad.
a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too, once you flew past the window.
Yes, sure. Now get moving.
Oh, man.
I should probably give that gun back to his mom. Let me see if I can pick the lock.
The box is secured with...
Shoot it.
Stuart's pencil. Probably one of the most traveled pencils in the world.
Until they made the ones for space. I think now they have specially made pens to take up in space because of how dangerous loose graphite can be up in zero gravity. Alright, I'm gonna try...
The box is
Won't let me do anything really, will it? So I'm gonna go back. Back to the saloon car. Now let's see. Anything else? There's scissors. There's this drawer that's stuck. Not letting me really do anything. But this is a lovely train. Let's go back to the other car. Hello, Miss Miller.
Oh, Constable?
Yes, ma'am.
My son didn't make any trouble for you, I hope. It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething. That's usually a sign that someone's laid down the law.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me, a rather dangerous one. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden pistol as a punishment.
I understand. And thank you. Maddie is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong fatherly hand.
Where
Or
is
a
Matt's
firm
father,
motherly
if I may ask?
He's gone.
Ah, I understand.
Could you, leave Maddie's pistol here, perhaps? So you don't have to bother with it?
Of course. I told him he wouldn't get it back until Venice.
Yeah, I'm glad that we give it back to Miss
Very
Miller.
well. Thank you again, Constable.
I think that she should be taking... I know that it's difficult as like a single mother, especially when technically she's on the job right now, assisting Lady Clarissa. But Maddie, I would guess that Matt is one of those kids that acts out partially because he gets a complete lack of attention from his mother. I wouldn't be surprised if most of... I wonder whether he goes to boarding school as well. And this is just like a holiday where... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock on the Baroness's door.
Yes, what is it?
Whoever that is, James, ask them whether they found my purse and then closed the door. The noise on this train is driving me crazy.
Greetings, madame.
You're missing a purse. Was it stolen?
At the very least, I cannot find it, sir.
It was stolen.
When was the last time the Baroness saw her purse?
What?
In Zurich, on the platform, sir.
A missing thing?
I just asked where you last saw your purse.
In Zurich on the platform. James, tell him that I still had it when I got out to stretch my legs.
The Baroness says...
Maybe you lost it there.
What? The Baroness never loses anything.
Of course
sir.
she doesn't.
I never lose anything.
Very well then. I shall be on the lookout for your purse. If I might ask you a few questions about your fellow passengers.
I thought he was looking for my purse. James, tell him to look for my purse.
The Baroness wishes that you search for her purse.
But couldn't we perhaps... All right. First, the purse. I will have a look around.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see, what else can we involve ourselves with? Hey, dude.
Professor Lucien?
Yes? Do you have the key?
Actually, I wanted to.
Please. I have to go back to my compartment.
It is imperative. I wonder if it's in the padlock, that little box. Poor Maddie. Ugh. I mean, his behavior does make sense.
If I may trouble you once more.
Maybe he stole it.
A passenger is missing her purse. Perhaps you've seen it.
So, there are thieves on the train.
It's been missing for some time now. Probably since Zurich.
The Swiss don't let go of money easily, do they?
Excuse you?
Oh, pardon me. No, I haven't seen the purse.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
What? Flower experiences first microaggression. More at 9. Alright, let's, I want to look. Usually there's like a journal or something, because I keep hearing like scribble sounds. And usually that means yes. A rather valuable ruby was stolen from British Museum in London. One of the 2 legendary eyes of the Sphinx. The press is in a tizzy, as one might expect. They blame the new Raven for besmirching the reputation of the old Raven who perished, as the latter never harmed a soul during his exploits. He's a very good artist. A beautiful picture of a beautiful man. The Raven, it must be said, was greatly esteemed by the public for his clever, daring robberies. A copycat criminal has plagued us for several months now, though the imitator leaves raven feathers at the scenes of his crimes. His thefts exhibit none of the original Raven's refinement and gamesmanship. The last 3 robberies have resulted in a total of 5 casualties, one of them severely injured, though by the grace of God, no deaths. Scotland Yard, Interpol, and Inspector Legrand could not be reached for comment. Legrand looks different in person, older, more worn. He's still a successful detective, but there are rumors that his methods in recent years have become, shall we say, reckless. Legrand's trap. Legrand seems to be laying a trap for the new Raven. I should try to find out more about his plans. Violinist. These are all very good drawings. It makes me wonder if these are like actual character sketches from when they were like developing the game. There's a man with a violin case sitting in the passenger car. He claims to be a soloist. Seems to be rather worse for wear. His hand shakes. On his way to Venice, he says, then on to Cairo by ship to give a concert at the Egyptian Museum. Lady Westmacott considers Kreutzer to be the sort of man who leeches off others. I mean, the fact that he's got hand tremors and is a violinist means that he has difficulty playing his violin and therefore difficulty getting money, food. So, I mean, to me, I think it's justified. He's not a mooch. He's just someone who's struggling. I made the acquaintance of Professor Lucien from London's British Museum. He claims that the robbery at the museum hardly affected him. I don't believe him. seems rather nervous. The door to Professor Lucian's compartment is locked. From the outside, from the inside. Who locked it in the first place? The button. Missing purse. I think Baroness von Trebitz and her butler have their own luxury compartment on the train. In my considered opinion, though, there's not a compartment on any train that would be large enough to share with the Baroness. Her butler, James, must have the patience of a saint. Missing purse. A missing purse. Not exactly the case of the century. I can't imagine that the Raven's somehow mixed up in it. All the same, I'm a police officer, and I really should make an effort to find the purse. Oh. Wow. So, he's telepathic. He has the foresight. He has the sight. I guess that's what he saw when he was like shoving his head through the butler's armpit to try to get a word in edgewise to the Baroness. The Baroness seems accustomed to being the center of attention, a trying person in my estimation, but also a generous philanthropist. She travels the world supporting museums and galleries. It's she who's financing the exhibition in Cairo, the first time in centuries that both eyes of the Sphinx will be displayed together. I just adore her. To me, she's the greatest author of the century, and certainly the most successful. It's such a shame that she stopped writing. Haven't read anything about it in the press yet. Fans around the world will be in an uproar when they found out. Clarissa Westmacott's most successful mysteries. Yeah, she's supposed to be like a stand-in for, Agatha Christie. Because, this one, which, they decided to do like a little bit of I'm trying to think of anachronisticness, because little Native Americans here, if I remember correctly, the original version was little epithet racial slur for black people that begins with an N, but nowadays you know the book as And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. And I believe this Murder in Egypt is probably a disguise as Murder on the Orient Express. That or it's this one. But, yeah. And Then There Were None sold more than 100 million copies, making it the most successful mystery novel of all time. Mary Miller and Matt Miller. Miss Miller was introduced to me as Lady Westmacott's companion. I think she's really more of a carer. She seems rather tense, nervous, and unbalanced. Maybe it has something to do with her son, Matt. I like Matt. He's a lively, inquisitive boy, but it seems like his mother's got her hands full dealing with him. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can go. Can I go through here?
The train covers a distance of more than 3,000 kilometers and stops at a dozen places. In many cities, they entertain the travelers with local specialities and culture and adventure, especially in southeastern Europe.
Oh, hello, Jean. Welcome to the stream. I am trying to figure out where I'm going next. We're hunting the raven. And this is hello. I don't really see anything to click on here. You're looking very dandy. I am. Hi, Matt. Nope, he's down.
Hello, Matt.
He's mad at me.
Oh, come on. Are you going to be angry with me for the rest of the trip?
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Oh, man. Couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
Would you have learned anything from that?
I didn't learn anything from this either.
Yo, who's driving the bus? I don't know. The constable, the conductor, I haven't been able to find. I don't know where he is, which is concerning to me. I'll just take the book.
Should I ask for an autograph? That would be quite unprofessional. But on the other hand...
Do it. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking around, seeing what I can get my hand on. Do it. Do it. Por favor, yeah. Getting an autograph. This woman is a,
Excuse me, Lady Westmacott.
An equivalent of Agatha Christie.
How can I help you?
I was wondering if you might...
Sign your book, Constable Zelda?
If it isn't too much of an inconvenience.
Of course it's an inconvenience, but only a small one.
I'm not familiar enough with Agatha Christie's works to know what the book he's reading is supposed to equivalent.
Thank you so very much.
When I see the head pats, let's see. There we go. Head pats.
There's something else. A passenger's purse has gone missing. I suppose you haven't seen it.
I'm sorry, Constable Zelda. As you know, I only deal with murder, not burglary.
Have you asked my boy yet? Maddie is good at finding things.
I'll go and do that now. Another time. Farewell, Lady Westmacott.
Constable?
I don't know whether Maddie will talk to us, though, because we got his pistol taken away. A little wooden pistol. Maybe if I entice him. Oh, my game audio is a tad louder. Oh, oopsies. How about that? Is that better? Just a smidge. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Let's. How is that? Is that a bit better? I did some audio tinkering earlier, and I didn't get it all back to where it needed to. Like, I was trying to get it back to where it was.
Come on, Matt. Did you really think that you can ignore me for longer than I can ignore you? I'm Swiss. It's practically a national sport.
But it could just be your end. I don't know, because, I mean, I did test my audio, but...
Matt is digging in his heels. I won't get anything out of him as long as he's angry with me.
So that means that I probably need to go get the wooden gun. Let's see. This game seems really interesting. Yeah! I really like it.
I think it's uncomfortable, although she's just knitting. Taking up a craft like that is typical of women who were told as little girls that idleness is a sin.
Pulls out a metal one instead.
I think it's uncomfortable for her when I talk to her in front of Lady Westmacott. She seems to take it as an inappropriate distraction from her work, although she's just knitting. Taking up a craft like that is typical of women who were told as little girls that idleness is a sin.
Ah.
I think, although there are thousands of things I would like to ask her, but nothing would justify neglecting my duties here on the train.
Yo, kinda unrelated. Have you ever listened to Seussical? This isn't like a lead up to like some sort of These Nuts joke. Is it? Seussicon these nuts?
For brave Constable Anton Jakob Zelda, whose time shall surely come. Clarissa Westmacott, DBE.
But hey, I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. Okay. Oh, you gonna use that on someone now? Why did it not let me Let me leave this hallway. Oh, thank you. I guess Maddie wouldn't be interested in something that's signed by the person he works with. Ooh, I know. I'll give him butterscotch. Butterscotch solved all problems.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hey!
It's like they're just rappers.
Friends again?
Secretly
All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
Just the regular nonsense.
Something completely different this time. The Baroness in the second compartment over there is missing her purse.
It wouldn't
Do you have any idea where it could be?
Do I ever? That guy over there with the violin case?
He's not actually a violinist.
What about?
He picked up something in Zurich and put it in his violin case.
Really?
Yeah, and he made
It makes
sure that no one
sense. He's
saw
not a
it.
violinist. His hands are too
Did
shaky.
you also see what
It's
it
just
was?
a cover.
Nah,
He's a
not
thief.
really. But now that I think of it, it must have been the Baroness's purse.
I should look into it, shouldn't I?
I think so.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd and really old. But other than that, she's great. She likes me.
The lady has peculiar taste.
Hey!
You and your mother, do you both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
Thought so.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house. And I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide and no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
And how long has your mother worked for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him and hunting.
His
He even
primary
let me
job
shoot a
is
real
that of
gun.
an asshole.
And
Then Mom fought with him, and he left. I was 7.
Oh, and how old are you now?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No, we'll see. Maybe an actor.
Really? Well, I don't know. You need a lot of talent for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I
balls
don't
in.
just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to... Matt, are you okay?
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
Oh!
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not bad.
He's good. The way he was saying, but you have to have talent. It was almost like, fuck you, you suck, child.
Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
No. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
He's tied to the
What's he
roof,
supposed to do?
obviously.
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I'd need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Thanks for the tip. So long.
So longer.
So long. I like him better in the remake. In the original version, the animations were a little bit stiffer, and so actually I might have been manic when I played this last time. I found Matt very annoying. He came across like an uncanny valley little brat, but perhaps I was just manic because I really enjoy him now. I think when I bought this game, it was during a time in my life when I was dealing with some med changes, and there was a lot of things where, like, I went through a period where I just started saving things for later because I wanted my first experience to be one where I was viewing it okay. You know what I mean? Like where I wasn't watching it. Oh, right. I was gonna talk to Miss Miller and I walked right by. Right the fuck by. Oh, here I was sympathizing with the violinist and he probably stole a thing.
Mrs. Miller?
She has very pretty hair.
Yes?
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big...
To a mystery author, I feel like that's announcing, I am going to pick a lock, ma'am. May I borrow your hairpin so I may pick a lock?
Of course not, madam.
Don't mind me while I pick a lock.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you.
Thank you. Now don't mind me
Goodbye,
while I
Mrs.
very unsuspiciously pick a lock. I am not a thief, but I am going to pick a lock. Like I'm just saying that to them out loud.
And suddenly, it's me who's the thief on the train.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Whoops. That was easier than expected. Batteries, a toothbrush, shaving brush, but not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
I bet it's for the padlock outside, over here. That's what I bet.
The box is secure.
If it's too small for the other thing, yeah, it's this. There's no way it's not. Yep.
That's it. There we go. This should help.
Oh, hello! Spawns? Is that how to pronounce your name? Spawns? Welcome to the stream. We are playing The Raven. I am Dandalia, the Dandelion VTuber. Yes, spawns. Cool. Let's see, I have some pliers now. So let's see what I can do with some pliers. Who needs some teeth pulled? Never heard of The Raven? It's a really, really awesome point-and-click adventure game. Let's see, can I open it with the pliers?
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
Nice.
Hello?
I barely left the window ajar.
Ooh. The window's wide open.
Nothing to see.
Oh, he's bald? I guess that's standard.
Are you okay?
Yes, fine.
It's like when he stuck his head out the window like a mountain comes by.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Well, maybe the constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then
I'm
what's
still
your
kind
theory?
of reeling.
The conductor
He's
could
bald.
have locked it from the outside.
I want his.
On the other
Give me his hat
hand, there could
back.
have been someone here in the compartment.
He looks
who
so
locked
adorable with the
door from
hat.
the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor. So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien.
I love the voice acting here.
I like to look around a bit.
Of course.
Of course.
I really wonder what the professor
let me
is
just...
hiding from me. But I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s.
Okay, let's see.
Wow.
Yeah, his head.
Very
I want to
nice
just like slap it.
Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
It reminds me of
The Bible? Grimm's fairy tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics.
The question is, which does he think is more classic, the wine or the Bible?
No, nothing interesting.
So nothing over there of interest. And if I move him out of the way so I can see a little bit better, I'm gonna examine the window.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment and he climbed out of the window, where's he gone?
Where did he go? Where did he come from?
Professor Lucien?
Yes?
Oh, nothing.
Well, good.
Surely they wouldn't have just let me in here for like no reason. There has to be some sort of hook here that I'm missing. How do I thought I would maybe show him the paper, but that not happening.
How can I help you, Constable Zelda?
Oh, nothing.
Well, good.
I think the ads. You can do it.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
Oh, thank you for watching the ad, I suppose. I don't know how to turn them off. Dang Cheetos. Cheetos!
Excuse me, sir. About the purse.
Ah, yes? Has it been found?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Open it up and
Nobody
prove
said
it.
you did. I just
Oh, thank you for following,
whether
Spawn.
You might have noticed anything on the platform.
Well,
why did you think I was accusing you?
Well, I thought because you mentioned my violin case in the context of the press.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarnetti.
Very valuable.
Very. And also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air? May I ask you to open the violin case?
Yeah, open
No,
it.
You may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Can I get him to think that it is? How about if I give you my heart medicine? Would you like my heart medicine? No?
All right, Matt. Tell me now. The violinist won't let me check his violin case.
Of course he won't. He's hiding something. Should I distract him? Then you can have a look in his case.
Sure.
What do you suggest?
I could tell him there's a suitcase full of money in the next carriage. If
No,
it's
I don't
thief,
think that works.
I'll definitely want to take a look at it.
I don't think he'll fall for that.
Or I can insult him and then run away. He'll try to catch me, and you'll have a chance to look in that violin case.
Now that I think about it, this is something I have to attend to on my
Yeah.
own. It would be expecting a bit much from a little boy.
No.
Little boy? You must be kidding.
Sorry, Sheriff, but your idea about distracting him is good all the same. So long.
So longer.
I love that so longer. Oh, I like that. That would be fun for like a chat thing. The end of stream, it goes so long, and then you guys go so longer. I love that. Okay, so the Baroness's purse might be in that.
Pardon me, sir. We could have used you a few minutes ago. Mrs. Miller?
I like.
Yes?
I like Miss Miller's hair.
Thank you for your hairpin, Mrs. Miller. It really got me out of a jam.
Oh, really? That's good to hear.
As you can see, I am now more bald
And
because
thank
of
you
it.
for bringing it back to me. Not everybody would have.
I'm a Swiss policeman, madam. I couldn't do otherwise even if I tried. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
Some of the animations here, like you can tell that they're going like the transition between different animations is a little bit, but...
There are
Ooh, examine toothpicks. I didn't see that
The steward
before.
must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally, he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Take a toothpick, don't mind if I do. Because the first rule of playing a point-and-click adventure game is to be a kleptomaniac. Is there anything else I can do behind the bar? No. Not really. Let's go down this way. It seems almost this hallway feels almost lonely now that the professor has gotten inside of his compartment.
The Baroness seems to have a special personality. I better
Yes.
not bother her until I find her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Lucien.
Sup? How you doing,
can I help
homie?
you, Constable Zelda? I'd like to have a look around the compartment.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Of course,
Did the burglar leave any clues?
Or perhaps
Here's
my
something.
hat.
Might be fingerprints.
Ooh, I didn't see that before. I mean, I also touched the window, so they might be mine. But I need something to... Can I use... What can I do to get the fingerprints? Some sort of powder, maybe. Where do I get powder? Who has cocaine?
Goodbye, Professor.
Do you have cocaine? I feel like the person who would have cocaine most likely is either the Baroness or the musician. Maybe Mrs. Westcott, but I don't know. She doesn't really seem like the cocaine sort. I know. Maddie, do you have cocaine? You're a young, strapping boy. Obviously, you would have cocaine. Well, you probably just have the fake stuff. Do you, just like some baby aspirin? The 9-year-old boy with his cocaine habit. That's... Okay. So... I have a detective book. I have pills. Do you want them? No.
An autograph from Clarissa Westmacott. That's not something that happens every day. She's very reserved, unapproachable, they say.
Let's see. Right. I don't need to read the newspaper. I have read it. Why can I interact with this? Why? Why? Okay. So...
A key to a padlock. I'm sure of that. It's not
I'm
the
just,
first time I've held one.
seeing if I can get
The
any...
wooden toothpicks are packed into small paper wrappers. Nothing unusual.
Can I separate the wrapper? Because I could use the wrapper.
The steward's pencil. Probably.
Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna head back to the other... Do I need to talk to the inspectors? To inspect... I don't want to like they said, only go to Inspector Legrand if I need... if I have to. So it makes me think that I'm not supposed to bother them. Like, I'm supposed to find another way to... Another way to get access to the violin case without bothering Legrand.
What? Someone broke off the radio's antenna. This could be a long trip to Istanbul.
That sucks. I can't even get a bottle of wine here. If I could... Well... if I could drink alcohol, I would love to try dandelion wine. See what I taste like. All right.
There are what?
All right, I'm gonna check the journal and see if anything stands out. Claims to be a soloist. Notes. Secrets. Who is the Raven? Persuade Legrand. Am I supposed to let him know that I got the professor into his compartment? So I have an excuse. Well, I'ma be lurking. I stumbled upon you by the VTuber tag, and you seem really sweet, so I'm glad I found you. Definitely gonna sub in the future. Well, I do have some emotes coming soon, so yeah. I'll thank you.
Inspector Legrand?
Anything to report?
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
All right. We should... What?
The light's gone out.
Oh.
Flashlights!
Oh. Ooh, spicy.
Get off me.
There, sir. An envelope.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box. R.
What the dickens? It's a...
Away with it! Take cover!
Woohoo! At least it was like the last carriage. It wasn't the front, so hopefully the rest of the train is okay.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt?
It's like he slaps my bald head. I hope
Quick
the
thinking.
passengers were okay.
Well done, Zellner.
Got some new pictures. Oh, achievement locked. I'm a survivor.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's a fire up ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But sir...
With Triangle Triangle
consume all
Shirtwaist
the
Factory
oxygen.
bullshit?
He's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
I understand.
I'll see to the passengers. They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go
Ooh.
out.
Let's get to it.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna look out the window.
My God, what a fire. I hope Constable Oliver can at least reach the engine.
Where's the German man? Did he get blown away?
The tunnel may very well have collapsed. It's difficult to see much because of the darkness and dust, but something certainly crushed the rear of the freight car.
The Raven. The heir of the Raven. Let's see, can I...
I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
I remember this puzzle. But this is something I distinctly remember. I remember it being one of those things where you have to do it in a specific order, otherwise
Whiskey, scotch, rum, liqueurs, enough to entertain everyone on the train all the way from Paris to Istanbul.
Magnum, take a Magnum.
Champagne, the finest. Maybe we'll open a bottle if we get out of the tunnel alive. Until then, though, it's no use to me. Carling Black Label, a British beer.
I don't understand why it's letting me take a bottle of alcohol and take a bottle of beer.
High-proof rum. Could be useful.
Poof.
No good. Insufficient alcohol content. For practical purposes, I mean. Not for drinking.
Okay, so I've got alcohol. I'm guessing that if I remember correctly, wants me to make a torch. So I need to find like a cloth of some kind.
Oh, pardon me. I did not mean to scare you.
How are the passengers?
They are in a state of shock, of course. The blackout and the sudden stop were frightening enough, but then the explosion, the dust, everyone rushed for the exits. I was helping the American woman bring Lady Westmacott to safety. They are waiting outside in the tunnel. One entrance is blocked by a fire, and the other one seems to have collapsed.
Did anyone act suspiciously before the explosion? Did
I
anyone
do have to
leave
say,
their seat, for example?
there
I
are
was the only one
two
on
people
the train who wasn't seated
that I've seen.
when the freight car exploded. Thank God. Otherwise, I would have been caught by the blast as well.
You certainly were lucky.
Perhaps I was. What happened over there? The inspector said something about gas canisters that exploded.
There was two people. There are two people who have similar builds to the Raven that we see in the beginning of the game. The steward that we saw, and that guy, this guy here, which is, so we have two suspects of who is the Raven's heir. The fact that, I'm gonna just say,
if Inspector Legrand says so, it must be so, right?
I have been to war, and this was no minor explosion. I rather doubt that the freight car was packed to the roof with gas canisters.
The investigations are ongoing, but first we have to get the burning train out of the tunnel.
Of course.
if he was in the war and he's...
What exactly are you doing here? Why aren't you waiting outside with the other passengers?
Legrand asked me to check whether there are any passengers left on the train.
Really? No one is here, except for me and you.
Excellent. Then I will continue searching at the front.
I think that's
to search
bullshit.
The train. I'll decouple the buried freight car.
All right.
Doctor? Can you give me a few matches?
Oh, certainly.
Thanks. I'll meet you outside.
Do hurry.
That was weird. I guess, like, searching the front of the train, you know. All right, so I've got that. Look at the chair. Nice chair. I'm guessing.
The chair either fell over thanks to the sudden stop, or an escaping passenger
I can either
knocked
get
it
the
over.
table leg.
Wanting to get off the train as quickly as possible
Maybe
after
that's
a
my
sudden
torch.
stop and a massive tremor. That's understandable. I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the decor. I suppose that the railway company had to comply with safety regulations at the cost of aesthetics. It'd be useless against the fire out there, and it's too cumbersome to carry around. At best, I can use it here.
There we go. Now I have a stick for my torch.
All right, let's go.
I need, I think I need a cloth. take the curtain. Such nice curtains, it's a shame. Now, the other aspect of this, if I remember correctly, in the original version of this, this was one of those puzzles that was frustrating. Because, to me, I think it doesn't matter what order you do this in. But it was very picky. It wanted you to do... It wanted you to do this in a very specific way. Even though I think that this doesn't matter.
That should do it. Can't really say the fabric was eager to soak up the rum. I, on the other hand, soaked up enough in my fingers to smell like a drunk.
Use the chair leg. Alright, now we use the matches. See, does it work? There we go. There we go.
The alcohol burns with a dim blue flame. It doesn't shed enough light and will probably burn out in a few seconds. Won't solve my lack of light. I'll have to try something else.
I think I actually have to... You know what? I wonder if I have to soak the torch and then light the match, like, at the site that I need light for. So I'm gonna try that. Curtain soaked with alcohol. Wrap the curtain around the chair leg. I'm gonna take it down there with me. I don't think it'll let me. I don't think it'll let me. Won't let me put it in my inventory, which is a bummer. Maybe I need to soak it again. Do I need to soak it more than once? Why won't it move? Come on now. I clicked several times on the bottle. Come on. Back into the other room. There you go.
Rum from Austria. Believe it or not, it's 80% alcohol by volume. There's no way anyone would drink it straight.
Why is it even here? Like, is it specifically for cocktails?
The curtain is wrapped around the wood and doused in alcohol. I should be able to light the torch whenever I want.
Yeah, I just want the rag back.
The alcohol burns with a dim blue flame. It doesn't shed enough light and will probably...
Okay.
Won't solve my lack of light. I'll have to try something else.
I haven't been to the rest of the train, but I'm gonna go outside and see if I can just take care of it with the match light. Because I may not need much, because like it lit up his face well enough.
There's a noticeable draft here. Maybe it's because of the fire, or perhaps there's still a hole through which the air is coming. The latter will be quite welcome. It will buy us some more time. Okay, I'll smear some grease on the curtain.
Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, so the grease will be able to make the curtain burn better. Now I'll try it. Do I still need to soak it again with alcohol? So it's alcohol and grease? I'll try it this way first. Alright.
Oil and grease burn bright and hot, but they also require a hot flame to combust. A normal match won't do the trick.
So I think I do need to add alcohol. Use the pour
The
alcohol.
material won't be able to soak up any more alcohol.
All right. Now what then? Guess I will. I lost my. Oh, I don't have my book with the autograph on it anymore.
I should concentrate on uncoupling the freight car. I'm positive that Legrand has everything else under control.
So it's not going to let me leave.
I should concentrate
Yeah, it won't
on
let me leave
uncoupling
this
the
car.
freight car. I'm positive that Legrand has everything else under control.
So no matter what, I have to stay here. So let's see. Anything else?
I don't see Legrand or the constable, but I can make out the silhouettes of some of the passengers. They seem to be unscathed. All the same, the fire is getting bigger, and I don't have much time.
Yeah, so calm about it. Like, the fire seems to be getting bigger. Out the window. I want to light another match in here, because I can't see anything really. Let's see. All right, let's go back in the other room. Fairly certain that use the high proof rum. No. Would not let me just straight up. I don't think it's gonna let me just straight up put the match on
Oil
the.
and grease burn bright and hot, but they also require a hot flame to combust. A normal match won't do the trick.
I need to maybe put this match out.
There's a pretty intense draft here. The fire is sucking up the oxygen.
His arm just boop. Hmm. What to do? Oh, okay. What is down here?
A lot was damaged by the sudden stop, but the bowl was thick enough to survive the fall.
Fill the bowl with alcohol? That will serve. We'll make a flame through that. I know, I clicked the hint button. I cheated. Or not the hint button, but just like the hot spots of like things that I hadn't touched yet.
I filled the bowl about a third of the way with rum. Phew, strong stuff. Just as I expected, the alcohol burns with an almost invisible flame.
It's very pretty. Fire, yes, good. Burn, burn, yes, burn it all, yes, burn, 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 fire, yes, good, yes. Yes.
I'm the god of fire.
Yes. Fire. Okay, now let's go take care of the coupling. That was much better. I wonder if they fixed it. They fixed the puzzle. Because that puzzle was kind of a pain in the ass. It was one of those very, like...
That's better now. Incredibly basic mechanism. The kind that lasts forever. Won't budge. Too much tension on the coupling. I don't think it'll work. As long as there's so much tension, the coupling won't budge.
Ugh. Okay, so examine the lever.
A lever on a pressure sleeve running along a thread. Aha! I can uncouple it with this lever.
Lever.
Okay.
Alright, now can I uncouple?
There we
I
go.
guess it doesn't
Time
happen
to
like
get
in the
out of here.
movies. Where you like just do a couple buttons and then it's just completely... Oh.
Listen, everybody. Listen. Robert, what's the situation?
Yeah, I couldn't find the engineer, so I got in the driver's cab myself and released the brake.
All right. Good job. You too. Listen.
I got a good
Maddie,
job.
Where's Matt? Where's my son?
Relax, madame. I'm sure.
Help!
Maddie! No!
You can do it, dude! You can do it! Come on! Oh, your hand is all sorts of fucked up. No! Not his... He almost damaged his gussy. His grandpa butt. Ugh. Not the gussy. Not his gussy.
Matt, where are you?
Sudden date. Oh, right. We left the tunnel. Matt, are you there?
Matt, are you there? Nothing.
Yeah, we're just walking now. It was very urgent before. Oh, your knee.
Hey, there you are. What were you thinking? Come out of there.
Is he gone?
Is who gone?
The man.
What man?
There was a man. He was coughing.
One of the passengers?
Ooh.
I think he came down from the roof.
What are you doing on the train anyway? Why didn't you wait in the tunnel with the other passengers?
I wanted to get my pistol.
Your pistol?
There's so many cops and thieves and explosions and everything. Then I need a pistol too.
Makes sense. All right. First, I'll stop the train, and then we'll have a chat, okay? You want to come out? Good idea. You stay put. I suppose this handbag belongs to Miss Miller, Matt's mother. Lady Westmacott's bag is probably smaller and more expensive. Aha.
Let's give the pistol to Matt. He needs protection.
Matt, look.
Thanks.
Cover me, okay?
No problem.
Yeah. All right. If the violin is still here, I can check it. I'm gonna take the opportunity to be like, yep, this train.
I can't get in. I presume the Baroness's luggage toppled over and is blocking the door.
The train is completely unaccompanied and moving with no conductor, and it's probably gonna crash into the first thing it sees. But yeah, let's just go around and look at all the different doors and everything. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
Professor Lucien's suitcase. Unlike the leather bag.
Hey,
he
the
left
little
it
marking
behind when
there?
he fled
Like, that
the
looks
train
like a
with the
dick.
other passengers.
A little dick mark.
I don't think there's anything interesting in it. Whatever the professor is hiding from me, it's in his leather bag.
Might as well look in the cupboard.
What have you got yourself into? Couldn't you have just let it be? But no, of course not. And now you're here, on an out-of-control train in the Alps, responsible for the life of a child who'll be doomed without you. What are you waiting for, eh? Time to save the day.
I like him.
The tanks don't seem to be damaged. The water is still running.
That's good. That's probably gonna come into play somehow. There's also a razor on the floor. Wonder if that will come into play as well. Shave off the rest of my hair. Alright. Oh! Off to the front. Yes. I'm gonna need the extinguisher, I think.
This door leads to the tender. It will be uncomfortable, no doubt, but I don't think that the flames are directly behind the door. I suppose there's a relatively safe space in the lee of the tender where one could stay a little while. I need to stop the train as quickly as possible. There's nothing I can do about the coal fire.
I need to go back and get the fire extinguisher from the rearest, the saloon car. There was a fire extinguisher that was bulky. The question is, where did it go? Is it still here? It's not here. It's back in the saloon car somewhere. Like, there it is, right? It's by the chair. I don't think it's not letting me interact with the fire extinguisher that's like right here. So that must not be the solution to the puzzle. So next thing to do if it'll let me go in there.
I need to stop the train as quickly as possible. There's nothing I can do about the coal fire. I need to stop the...
So it won't let me open the door. So now what? Drink of water there. Ah, so I can, in fact, take the axe.
An axe is for emergencies. If this isn't an emergency, I don't know what is.
Time to kill the boy.
Damn, that makes things extremely complicated. How can I stop the train?
We have to get rid of the inertia. Duh, but what is an object in motion stays in motion. So we need to get rid of what is supplying the motion.
If the emergency brake doesn't work, I'll have to try something else. Here goes. Ouch! Hot!
Okay, so it's too hot to touch.
Okay.
Here.
We'll do it the hard way.
Here's Johnny. Okay. For now, that has to stay there.
The axe works as a wedge to keep the door closed. The smoke isn't just toxic, it also contains coal particles and flying sparks.
Yikes.
If any of it gets into my lungs or eyes, I'll be out of action.
Okay. So now we need... Maybe now is the time when I can actually look for something to douse it with. There is the fact that the tap water is an option. Not like a very good option, but...
My situation isn't bad.
Okay.
A large, soft towel. Very comfortable.
That's
I'll wrap it around my neck to keep my hands free.
Towel. Hold the towel under running water, and that will be good.
Up the cold water.
That will be good to keep the smoke out of my face and eyes. now we need to go get a fire extinguisher. Maybe now it'll actually let me. How about now? Yes? No? Unfortunate. Okay. So,
jumping off is not an option. We're going much too fast.
not to mention where the train's going to go.
Matt saw something. It could prove to be very useful, but if I don't stop the train soon, I won't be able to use that information in this lifetime.
No. And it still won't let me use that extinguisher. Maybe I should probably just...
The engine and the coal tender are burning. I have to decouple the wagons immediately. Sooner or later, the engine will be blown apart.
Well, okay, so nothing in here. Okay. Oh, okay, so I needed something to protect me.
Ah, the coupling. It looks just like the one on the freight car. That means at first I have to turn that thing there. That keeps it under tension.
So I'm just gonna let this thing just like rocket into the station?
It's not working. Even if I could reach the lever with my hands, I wouldn't have the strength to move it.
It's still like...
Not a chance. Even if I could reach the lever with my hands, I wouldn't have the strength to move it.
You can't just... You have to put out the fire. I think I'm gonna just drop the axe now.
That should do the trick. The coupling won't release because it's on...
Alright, so... Coupling... Too much
tension.
tension.
Is pulling the cars and its full force is acting on the coupling. It's just a hook, but it won't budge like that.
I mean, it's still...
That's not just smoke. I can actually taste lumps of ash.
Is it gonna...
It's time for my deputy sheriff's story. I uncoupled the locomotive at full speed. Not bad, eh?
Do you think we'll get in trouble?
Because of the locomotive? I don't think so. It was pretty old already. Come out so we can have a chat.
Excuse me?
I checked the entire train. There's no one on it except for us. What an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, what did you see on the train?
Well, it was like this. I wanted to get my pistol.
Ooh, how exciting. Those shoulders. They don't, shoulders don't bend like that, kid. Dun dun dun.
Achoo!
Of course he sneezes.
And then?
When the guy was gone, I got up and banged on the window. I wanted to get out of there, but then I thought, what if the guy can hear me from the next car? So I got scared, and I hid again.
You did well.
Yeah, there's...
The envelope that the man lost, where is it?
I thought it might be important.
I think we should have a look. Some cash. An Italian passport. Blank. Very interesting.
I'm now an Italian.
And
what a
here,
coincidence.
A ticket for...
For the cruise!
What?
The tickets we have for the big ship from Venice to Cairo look exactly the same.
Interesting. May I keep it?
What do you want to do with it?
Take a vacation.
That's suspicious.
It's evidence.
And my chance to go with you.
The ticket and everything else in the envelope are part of my investigation.
I look like
and
I
you
work
have
at
no part to play
McDonald's.
in Cairo.
If I hadn't given you the envelope, you'd have no proof that the Raven's heir would be on the ship.
The ship is his next chance to steal the eye, and he won't give up until he has it.
And that's precisely why you should let me come along.
No.
Yes.
What else did you find out in the tunnel?
Not much. After we came out of the tunnel, Robert and I questioned the passengers.
Which didn't turn up anything new.
No. The engineer and the fireman were missing. They were found a few kilometers back on the track. Both claimed to have been overwhelmed by a shadow and thrown off the train.
But you don't believe that.
I'm checking their stories. One of them may have been paid to eliminate the other one.
How could the Raven's heir have found out about the trap? How was he able to put the dynamite in the box and place the letter?
The dynamite was probably already in the box when I put it in the safe. I didn't check it.
You had no reason to do so.
It wasn't my only mistake. I knew someone was on the roof of the freight car, but I let myself be distracted by that damned letter.
How did you know?
Too late. I should have reacted instantly.
And what about the ship? I have earned the right to join you.
What you did was extraordinary. Far more than anyone could have a right to expect from you.
And you still want to leave me behind?
You met our foe and barely escaped with your life. You may not be that lucky next time.
It wasn't luck.
I have
you can return to
the
Switzerland with
protection
your
of the
head held high.
protagonist.
Enjoy your triumph.
I have not achieved anything yet. The Fiend tried to kill us, and he's still at large.
We're here.
I have to buy my own ticket. I wonder if the cruise would be too expensive.
Inspector Legrand, an urgent telegram from Paris.
Uh-oh.
Bad news?
Zelda
It's
didn't
about
have
the
feet for a second there.
unfortunate
He's
events
clipping
on
through the
train.
the
I'm
brick.
to return to Paris and explain myself.
But sir, what about the eye?
They want to inform the Egyptian authorities that there might be a burglary attempt.
Might?
Egyptian authorities? What if the jewel is stolen at sea?
I know. I never received it. Keep a close watch on the loading of the eye, Robert.
Aye, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you, Constable Zelda.
What is the constable's problem with me?
I think he's jealous. Scotland Yard assigned him to assist me, just as you were sent by the Swiss authorities.
With the distinction that he may go to Egypt.
Robert is to accompany me at all times. Your mission was restricted to Switzerland.
At this moment, I want to be sent back to Switzerland just as much as you want to be sent back to Paris.
I know, but I'm walking on thin ice, and I can't carry you too.
And the second eye is in that safe?
Yes, an emerald. It's been kept in a bank in Zurich since the start of the war. I personally took it out of the bank vault, and Professor Lucien certified that it was the real thing.
And while a fake jewel was sent by train,
the real one was brought here in an armored car.
How is it protected?
You can only open the safe if you have 3 special keys. Professor Lucien has one, and Baroness von Trebitz, who's paying for all this, has the second. The third was sent by air courier to Dr. Abbas Mokhtar, the director of the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
So, not even you could possibly open the safe before it arrives in Egypt.
Of a gentleman
That's correct.
thief.
We don't want to make it too easy for potential thieves.
It's been a while. It's been a long time since there's been a story of a gentleman thief. It's different from a heist. I think, like, off the top of my head, like, there's, you know, Kaito Kid, but, like, I like Kaito Saint Tale. I really liked that story. That anime. Very good anime.
I hope you're aware of the fact that you're risking your career.
Indeed I am.
Why do you care so much about this case? Someone pretends to be the Raven, and you promptly risk your career?
What if he's not just pretending?
What do you mean by that?
It's his handwriting. And there's only one person who ever called me Nico. Have you ever considered the possibility that I shot the wrong man?
But what do you mean by that?
Let us assume just for a moment that the person I shot and who fell from the roof was not the Raven. Who would have cared enough to uncover the truth? The chief of police, the politicians? No. They wanted to revel in a successful manhunt, and it was the best thing that could have happened to the Raven. The search for him was over. He had no reason to fear me anymore. I had so many medals afterwards that he could hear them jingling kilometers away.
And now he's back? And you're the only one who can stop him? Does that sound probable to you?
The feathers, the letters. Nico. No one outside the police force knew that the Raven used to call me that in his letters.
Policemen gossip, and there are plenty of forgers. You can't seriously intend to stake your reputation on such weak evidence.
My reputation rests on something that I probably did not do. I have to find out who's behind all this.
Let's review. One of the two, obviously, and you suspect
Go on.
The second jewel. Our thief may already have the first key, the archaeologist's key, from the train. We don't know anything about the status of the second key, which was meant to be air freighted to Cairo.
We have to assume that he already has it.
Therefore, there's just one key left. The Baroness's.
Correct.
So, you'll need my eyes on board.
Look, you can keep your eyes open for me here on the wharf. I'd be most grateful. But when this ship sets sail, you will not, I repeat, not be on board.
But, Inspector,
we're dealing
Stowaway
with a
time!
And I will pursue him regardless of the consequences. I won't let you get mixed up in this affair.
It's still my decision.
No, it's not. It's mine. And I've already made it. Good day,
Boo!
Mr. Bazelny.
Boo! 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 The yellow windows make it look like the cruise line is filled with piss. This actually might be a good place to stop. At the very least, I should save. Is it actually saving? Yes. I got thrown because I'm not using a controller to play this. Like, obviously it's a point and click, but it still had press A, and I was very, can I use my Switch? Can I do that? No. But well, yeah, maybe I'll play a little bit more. I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I still have a little bit before, like, my slot is done. Hello. Person I haven't met.
Amazing how much luggage there is for so few passengers. And I guess that 3/4 of it belongs to the women. Fine car, but nothing compared to the young lady who owns it. Who could she be? An actress? A millionaire's daughter? She's certainly attracting a lot of attention.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to talk to her. Alright, let's see. Look at...
The sea is quiet today. Ideal conditions for a cruise.
It's beautiful. The sunset is gorgeous. Alright, let's go say hi to Constable Oliver. Blah, 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 blah.
Constable Oliver seems to be a little simplistic. But I don't think he's a bad policeman. The way he reacted in the tunnel and got the train moving. Hats off. Hello, Constable Olivier.
It's Oliver.
I just wanted to say that you did a good job in the tunnel.
Thanks.
How did you know how to get the train moving?
I come from a family of miners, and my uncle is an engine driver down the mine.
I see. And you looked over his shoulder?
Yeah, best way to learn.
Did Legrand tell you about his theory? That it could be the real Raven?
Of course he did. We're partners.
But the modus operandi doesn't fit at all. The Raven wasn't a bomber.
We have the letter. And the feather. That's his symbol.
Anyone can put a feather in an envelope.
You would know.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was you.
What was me?
You put the envelope on the safe.
To blow myself up?
You threw the bomb away, and now you're the famous hero, right? And the Raven must have paid you pretty well.
That is ridiculous.
Is it? Only you and I and Legrand were in the freight car. One of us must have put the envelope on the safe. Legrand didn't. And I didn't. Think about it.
You look like you've got poo on your fingers from where you grabbed that theory out of your ass. It just seems like a reason to be suspicious of him. Alright, let's see. Enjoy the view, enjoy the view. Look at the gangway.
I'll be marching up this gangway today, no matter what. Someone has to stop that damn bomber before he endangers more people.
And then there's all these oil drums, huh?
I don't want to run into Legrand before I have something new to report. Otherwise, he'll send me back to shore.
Alright, anything? Maybe I still have to go to the young woman's car over there. If it'll let me keep walking, maybe I should do that. No? She's just like applying 100 layers of lipstick. Makes the lips look plump,
I'll take an inconspicuous look up close.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting anyone to be crawling around on the ground in front of my door.
Don't worry about it, miss. No harm done.
That's good to hear, Mr.
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
That's...
May I ask your name?
Patricia Mayers.
Are you American?
I am. Could you help me, please?
Certainly.
Some heels.
Are you on your way to Egypt?
Yes.
Are you on holiday?
My father works for a railroad company there.
And is rebuilding the country after the war. Wonderful.
Yes. Wonderful. One more.
You're lucky to have a father who takes you to so many interesting places.
Oh, yes. Lucky me.
Aren't you interested in Egypt? The pyramids, the history.
I would have been more interested in a father who doesn't travel 300 days a year.
I'm sure your father regrets that he can't always be with you.
No doubt. And I'm sure he always wanted the best for me. But that doesn't stop him from thinking only about himself far too often.
I don't think he's
Bring
the
your
only
luggage on
one.
board, please.
Excuse me?
It was a pleasure meeting you, Constable Zomer.
Impertinent.
Well, I mean, I have a way to get on the ship now.
Is the doctor afraid to board the ship?
Maybe he gets seasick, and he's like savoring every moment he's not going to have to vomit. I guess I'm supposed to talk to him first.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
Checking for bombs.
Ah, the hero of the hour.
The hero of the hour, but out of work soon.
Oh, you won't be a policeman anymore?
Yes, but on my old beat, which is almost as good as being out of work.
I understand.
Is your new job bothering you?
On the contrary, I wasn't sure whether I made the right decision until now. I'm from the Black Forest, you know. There are only mountains there. No ships. But now... the salty breeze, the atmosphere. I think I want to stay at sea forever.
That delivery was kind of... It's like the car comes rolling
The
in
sea
and just
is one
hits
thing.
us.
The passengers are another.
It will be okay.
What do you know about the Baroness?
Nothing really.
Did you talk to her in the tunnel?
No. Her butler was looking after her, and I was busy with Miss Miller. As you can imagine, it was a shock for her to see her son rolling away on a burning train.
No doubt.
That's understandable.
So, we were all glad when we heard about your brave deed.
Have you already met the captain?
Mario Di Conti. Heard of him?
It's a him!
He is
Mario!
something of a star in
It's Waluigi! Or Wario! Sorry.
In the First World
It's
War, when he
Wario!
was a young man. He sank more enemy ships than anyone else.
I bet he
In
did.
the Second World War, well, he had some personal problems.
You mean like the ones you buy in bottles and pillboxes?
Wario is an addict?
Yeah, you could say that. Anyway, sending him into combat was out of the question. They gave him a supply ship instead, and he became a hero again. His ship, part of a convoy from Palermo to North Africa, was the only one that made it, with an extra 100 seamen who he rescued from the other ships.
Impressive.
Wario had the
To
most
say his
semen, ladies and
health is
gentlemen.
rather shaky
As we
these
all
days
expected.
would be an understatement.
He
I
is
think
full of farts
most of my time
and
on
sperm.
board will be spent dealing with his numerous ailments.
Well,
Wario is the
nothing
most
left for me to
virile
do but
member
to wish you a good
of the
trip.
Mario crew.
You are not coming with us?
Second only to
Unfortunately,
Waluigi.
No. I'm to go back to Zurich.
What a pity.
Take care, Dr. Gebhardt.
Oh, I just remembered. We found these in the tunnel. Are they yours?
I'm afraid so.
Strophantine. Do you have heart problems? Maybe it's for the best that you're not coming along. Too much excitement could be bad for your health.
You mean if I don't do anything, I'll probably have a few more years to live?
That's right. Keep your chin up.
That animation of the doctor walking was like weirdly fluid. Wow. Baroness, your outfit is tacky. Now let's talk to the Baroness. Hello, Baroness. Am I speaking your language? Howdy doody, ma'am. Oh my.
James! Where on earth are you?
Hello, Baroness.
Hello.
Ah, Inspector.
Constable.
As you can see, I'm colorblind.
You won't be a constable much longer. When they find out how you rescued that little boy, they'll have to promote you to inspector.
Very kind of you to say so, Baroness.
She looks like someone who could be named Madam Christmas.
I hope you survived the adventure in the tunnel unharmed.
Scandalous. You book a first-class cabin, and then you're walking on the rails. They wanted to bundle me off in a bus without my luggage.
The circumstances, madam.
I insisted on a limousine and didn't leave until all my luggage was recovered.
Did you know that the real Eye of the Sphinx wasn't even on the train?
I had no idea. Inspector Legrand seems to prefer to keep me in the dark, although I'm the one paying for all of this.
The inspector is ensuring the safety of the Eye.
Well, obviously. All the same, it was you who did the real work on the train.
I hope that the remainder of your trip to Cairo will be less stressful.
Maybe she can get him on the train.
Coming with us?
I'm afraid Inspector Legrand doesn't want my company.
Now, where's my damn butler? James, there you are. Is the inspector to carry my luggage onto the ship all by himself?
Well, actually... Baroness?
Baroness, can you hear me? She fainted.
No. No.
Baroness?
Again, harder.
Hello. Can you hear me?
She went harder. She has a thing.
Me up.
Perhaps we should...
Now.
She didn't want to see that debutante lady.
Dr. Gebhardt.
No, Doctor. Just a little moment of weakness. Your arm, James. Take me to the ship.
But of course, madam.
She saw something she did not want to see.
It was no moment of weakness. She saw something that shocked her. Or someone. Very interesting.
I bet it's that...
Especially since she doesn't want to admit it.
I wonder if the daughter is the...
Who or what did she see? Neither of them seems to have noticed what happened down here. You'll have a tough time with her. How does one get aboard without a ticket? Not brilliant, but it's a possibility.
You gonna stow away, buddy? Okay, so I know that I was a little bit late starting the stream, but I can't. I am not. I had to get up really early for me on low sleep and have been running around, so I need to just go to sleep, guys. So I will see you guys later. Tune in on Friday. I will be part of a karaoke relay where we're going to start with one streamer who's going to do a half an hour of karaoke and then raid the next person. And it's going to be like a big build-up chain leading up to the the Vtuber choir that reveal for the Christmas song that will be hosted on Professor Bloom's channel. So I will keep you posted on when exactly this karaoke relay will be started on my Discord and on my Tumblr, dandaliadandy.tumblr.com. So feel free to give that a little look-see. And so have a wonderful day. Have a good time zone. Don't forget that you are loved and that don't forget to tell other people that you love them. So, let's see. Is there anybody to raid right now? You know what? Let's go with... Let's go with Final Boss Versus. He's a fun fellow. He's got great energy. Don't know what he's doing right now, though. But yeah. Bye!